When I think back to my childhood, I'd like to remember years of fun and games, playing with friends and being a kid, but I can't because all I can think about is years of forced torture that we call school. School, where parents who hate their children send them to suffer. State-sanctioned forced labor camps and daily prison. If it's not the insane, spiteful old women trying to convince your parents to take your video games away, maybe the constant physical abuse from your fellow inmates will get you. And don't try and pretend like there's some amount of education going on there. You will not remember or use a single thing you learned in school for the rest of your life, aside from maybe some basic math that you would have picked up anyway just to get by. Oh, Koth, I hear you say, it's not that bad. Sounds like someone's normie privilege is showing. If it already wasn't hard enough, people like me have the added benefit of not wanting to fuck every female there, which apparently makes you gay, or at least that's what I've been told. Really, I was just more interested in dragons, but telling everyone that didn't seem to help my cause. But it's not just the other students that'll drive you to suicide. Every class is its own shit show in its own way. Math starts out okay, learning some basic arithmetic, stuff that'll actually help you a bit in the real world. But pretty quickly, you start getting into advanced shit that makes no sense and has no application outside of wanting to be a math teacher maybe. Seriously? What the fuck does a quadratic equation even mean? It's just a garbled mess of numbers and letters with no context. What is the point of learning this? I'd ask these questions in class and no one could answer me. They just tell me to shut the fuck up and do it. Science. This is a fun class when your school is underfunded and you've got textbooks from 20 years ago, talking about shit that has been debunked for years. It's especially fun when you go to a Christian school that teaches you modern science by mocking it. No joke, we would watch Bill Nye the Science Guy, and the teacher would encourage us to make fun of him as the video went on. I came out of that class knowing less than when I went in. English. This one is my favorite, mostly because every English class I've ever taken has been the same class. No kidding. I don't think there's been a difference between the English classes I took in middle school and the ones I took in college. Teaching the same shit over and over. And it's some pretty useless shit too. Like, what the fuck is the MLA format? I mean, it's nice to have a standardized way to write papers, but this shit is so picky for no reason. Your citations page better be formatted space, comma, author's name, period, semicolon, title, comma, or you fail. And stupid book choices that they call classics, but were only relevant in the societal landscape 70 years ago. The message of this book is racism is bad. Oh wow, I really learned something. And let's not even talk about learning cursive. Yeah, they told me I'd use that my entire life. Bunch of good that's done. PE, the biggest joke of a class there is. Let's get the least qualified teacher we can find to teach kids how to exercise. But it's not really exercise. Run 5 laps around the gym and then what? Dodgeball? I think the teachers got some kind of sick pleasure from watching us smash those little red balls into each other's faces. But my friends and I were smart enough to dodge that torture. We slipped behind the bleachers and played Pokemon. Social studies, the most boring class imaginable. And it didn't have to be that way. Learning about ancient battles and power struggles could be fun, but instead the teacher always wants to focus on some stupid shit like the way pots were crafted by some ancient civilization you'll never hear about again for the rest of your life. Where's the how to do my taxes class or how to drive class? What about the math class that teaches me how to leave a proper tip and how much? Or the PE class that actually teaches proper diet and daily exercise routines? Or the social studies class that teaches you how to have a conversation with others and how to be a decent human. You know, shit that would actually be helpful for people's lives. And the worst part of it is that it's all pretty meaningless, but the whole time you go through middle school and high school, they tell you that it's really about getting ready for college. They tell you, oh, college, that's what matters. But then 4 years and $30,000 later, you find out that that was a total waste of fucking time too. Just the same fucking English and math classes, again. Congrats on your little piece of paper that no one cares about. Meanwhile, your friends who didn't go to college and chose to just work somewhere those 4 years are making a decent income and everyone wants to hire them. In short, fuck school. I'm Kothorix, and you have a wonderful day. So today I wanted to give a shout out to Tass at the Terror, a YouTuber who mainly does videos on Gems of War, which I've never played but seems to be some sort of hybrid between a puzzle game and a card game. It looks pretty interesting, so go give his videos a look.